Gemini, oh my God. December of 2019 is a huge month for you. Wow. Keywords coming to me while I'm tuning in with your energy is destiny, trust, surrender, fate, the unknowable, blank slate, new opportunities, endings and beginnings, all of this energy. Like, it's really, really big energy, and it's really, really like your destiny is finding you. Like, I don't know, it's really like almost, yeah, like an ending and a new beginning, but in a very, very like out of your hands way. Like, you're not making this happen, it's really happening for you, and it's very, very spiritual. Like, your spirit guides are taking action to assist you. I think that you, Gemini, have been really working this whole year towards your idea of what your destiny is, and there's going to be this culmination in December, possibly November as well, because I just said November. So November, December, it's going to be like you are, like, you've been taking the step, and now it's time for the universe to take their step. Does that make sense? So you don't really, like, this is going to be in a way out of your hands, but in the best way, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get into your reading. So basically we're going to do your general energy, then we're going to do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 of December, okay? So I'm going to lay them all out first, and then we will channel together. So this is your general energy, this is your week 1, your week 2, your week 3, ooh, and your week 4. All right. Okay. Oh, the moon and the 8 of, yeah. Okay, the 8 of Swords. So basically, your energy of December is around really breaking free from illusions, really breaking free from paralyzed will, from feeling like we don't know how to take action, when to take action, all of that stuff. It's really going to be taken out of your control, or your conscious control, and you're going to really feel like you're just in the flow of things. And there's going to be this real, like, loosening of this grip that certain thoughts or thought processes have had on you this year. I know you're a sign that's very in your mind, you're very quick thinking and very intelligent, and I think that at times that mind can feel like a prison for you guys, am I right? So there's going to be as well this balancing of mind and body and spirit and soul. Like, you're going to feel able to balance your intellect with your intuition this month. You're going to be learning the lessons of what that really offers us as a person or as a soul when we balance our head and our heart, you know? Because I think, you know, you, Gemini, naturally, you have a lot of strengths in your head. You have a lot of strength in the way that you think and the way that you communicate, all of these things, which are so important. And yet at times you get so ungrounded because you lose touch of with your intuition. You lose touch with just like your gut feeling, because you can question a gut feeling and you can see it from every single perspective available to us, right? And that can get overwhelming really easily. So December is going to be a loosening of the grip of certain thought processes or patterns in your mind that make you feel stuck, or like you're imprisoning yourself there. Like you're in the prison of your own creation, right? There's going to be a real breaking free of that. Surrendering to the unknown, I'm hearing, which is huge energy, but it's also like such a deep lesson for you, Geminis, because you like to know things, right? You like to be able to know. And you're very curious and inquisitive, and it's beautiful. But at times we need to move towards the polarity, like the polar opposite of what we actually are naturally. So I'm seeing that for you this month, that's really going to serve you when you can move more into embodiment, move more into your feelings, into your intuition, into your gut, like the gut knowing you have around someone, around a person. I'm hearing then it could be around a person that you feel like you need to like stop making up excuses in your head and just listen to your heart and take action, whether that's in moving towards them or moving away. It will be different for everyone, okay? Week 1, let's go. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups and the Hierophant. So I'm getting a message that the moving toward or moving away from a certain person, they could be a Cancer or a Taurus. I'm getting a message that your emotional unfulfillment offers you great lessons. So in the first week, there may be this feeling of things not being enough. You know, you feel unsatisfied, you feel restless, you feel like, this person's not showing up for me, or, you know, I used to really enjoy this and now it's just boring. There's going to be this restlessness because you are making space for great change. And like I said, making space to surrender to the unknowable rather than trying to know everything. And this is going to offer you a very, very deep spiritual lesson that you're really going to value for yourself. Like, you're really going to find value in this spiritual side of things rather than maybe the material side of life, right? And there's going to be this sort of balancing out in the first week of realizing certain things don't fulfill you the way maybe you were trying to tell yourself they do, even certain people not fulfilling you the way you were trying to tell yourself that they do. And really seeing that for what it is with this moon card, surrendering illusions, seeing it for what it is, trusting our intuition, trusting unseen forces, and really getting carried by that. Like, the divine is really carrying you this month. The divine is really on your side, really supporting you. The universe has your back, right? Like, they really do. They're really with you. And yeah, let's jump into week 2. Wow, so we have the Page of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so week 2, it's going to be a very different energy to week 1, because you're going to really move out of that feeling of being unsatisfied or uninspired into absolute inspiration, like fire, like passion. You just are going to want to go forward in your creative projects at like 100 miles an hour. And yet there's something that keeps pulling you back, like tugging on your shirt as you're trying to move forwards. And it's just around like, you need to, there's something in you that doesn't want to make a decision in general, but especially that's going to come to a head in week 2. And Spirit's guiding you to making a decision, because she's saying it's actually going to make you feel better when you do. The hardest part is when you're stuck in indecision, Spirit's saying. So once you decide either way, you're really going to feel free to move ahead, to move on. And if you try and move forwards without making this decision, you're going to keep feeling tugged back. So Spirit's saying, like, give yourself the gift, the gift of allowing yourself not to know, like, allowing yourself to be okay with the unknowable. And I think that's what this decision is around, because you've realized, like, once you make a step in one way or the other, you're kind of like, you're making your step in the direction of your destiny, right? And yet Spirit's saying nothing is ever that simple. You know, either path offers us in a way the same result, if it's our destiny, if it's our fate, right? So it's really about just asking yourself, which path would I prefer? Which path would I prefer? And surrendering to the divine, surrendering to the unknowable, and following your joy, following your inspiration. You're going to feel incredibly passionately inspired, almost lit up from the inside out. And you're going to be very magnetic second week. People are going to be very attracted to your energy. And you might have to say no to people. You might have to turn down certain invitations, or decide between one or the other rather than trying to do everything, right? Gemini, sometimes you don't like to make a decision because you see the benefit of every different option that you have available to you. And yet avoiding making a decision can at times like just mess everyone over, right? So it's really about just standing strong in one and realizing that that is what's really gonna anchor you as you like are ascending into this creative force. Like, you are just a creative force to be reckoned with in the second week of December. So make sure you're not letting like your indecision like become a self-sabotage thing, you know, because I'm getting a message around like, you might have multiple social invitations for one day and you say yes to everyone and then you go to no one. Do you know what I mean? Like instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to go to this one and then going to that one. You know what I mean? Like don't overcommit, because you're going to really need to start like letting go of commitments actually as you're moving forward into 2020. So start to practice saying no, practice saying yes, right? It's all about the balance. There's a lot of like duality happening in your December, which I think is an energy that you're actually fairly comfortable with, right, Gemini? But it's still challenging as humans for us to be able to, you know, hold both, because it's, yeah. All right, week 3. 7 of Wands, Page of Cups. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna feel like a little bit like you're a bit victorious, like you've had to fight for something and you got it. And I think that's really gonna come with all of this stuff that you were presented with week 1 and 2, and then week 3, it's gonna be like breakthrough week. You're really gonna feel much more fulfilled, much more loving, maybe even like have a new romance or a crush or a deepening of a connection that's currently in your life. There's going to be an end to feeling like you have to fight for things, feeling challenged, feeling like you're in conflict or competition with other people. There's going to be just this real soothing that happens to that part of you. Like you're going to be able to like lay down your weapon kind of thing and just like rest in love again. And it's going to be very welcomed by you and others. So really just embrace the offering of this Page of Cups in week 3. Really like let yourself focus on the love and the just the like softness of life. Be really gentle with yourself. Week 3 is not a time to really hold on to that 7 of Swords and fight yourself, especially. I'm hearing don't fight yourself. Like surrender to yourself, surrender to your own needs. If you need to fight other people, like metaphorically, then go for it, but not yourself. So it's really about you choosing you. And if that pisses people off, then sure, you know, put up a fight with them. If you need to tell them, well, whatever, I'm doing this for me. You know, you can certainly engage that energy with other people, but really don't put that on yourself this week. Like really love yourself through that, if that comes up for you. For some of you, it won't come up. It will simply mean an ending of that in your life, or an ending of a conflict or a competitive situation you're in, and a real unification of love. Okay, week 4. 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to clarify. 10 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, things are going to get to breaking point for you week 4. It's nothing to be afraid of, and I know that's really hard to hear because you're probably looking at the imagery of those cards and thinking like, what? How am I not? But it's all about relinquishing control, you guys. That's really what this is telling me. It's about relinquishing control, because basically when you hold on to control, this is what you create for yourself, Gemini. All right, so it's about relinquishing control to spirit, or to just not knowing. Like I said, this is around not trying to know everything. And yeah, so these themes of scarcity, they might still be coming out for you, and it might feel overwhelming at times, you know. And again, it's around not betraying ourselves. And also, like, if someone else is hurting us or betraying us, or you know, breaking our heart in a certain way, then to not betray ourselves on top of that, right? So, you know, we can never control what other people do, say, act. We can only control our response to that, or our reaction, or our recognition of ourselves in that situation. So this could be challenging. It's going to be different for every single person here. And keep in mind, like, Gemini is just one aspect of your chart, right? So we have so many different aspects. We all have Gemini in our chart, but we have different placements there, as you know. So it's going to hit you in a different way. But yeah, I mean, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The other message I will have about this, you guys, is that whenever I read 10, like, so we know the 10 of Wands is around burdens or feeling overwhelmed. The 10 of Swords is around heartbreak, feeling grief. But then we have the Ten of Cups, right? Like not here, but we can imagine it. And that is always talking about love, divine love. So whenever I read the Ten of Swords particularly, but also the Ten of Wands, I kind of feel like they are inseparable from the Ten of Cups. I don't think you can separate, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like the Ten of Swords is sort of like just the polar opposite of the Ten of Cups. And when we open ourselves up to the Ten of Cups, we are opening ourselves up to the Ten of Swords. You see what I mean? So again, duality is being emphasized in your reading. A lot of duality around love and pain, or pleasure and pain, and really learning like that we can't really have one without the other, and that just because we're experiencing one rather than the other doesn't mean that like we need to make up any stories around that in terms of, oh my gosh, I deserve this or anything like that. It's try, and I know this is hard, but try and just like observe without judgment this month as much as you can, observing yourself, observing like your thought patterns and such, and just like not judging yourself, just loving yourself through that. I guess my advice is like with this 10 energy is to embody the 10 of Cups, embody that divine love. And I really think this is also around you facing your fears of the unknown. This is really around, like, this is the energy of you surrendering control. This is the energy of you having to face what is unknowable and what will forever be unknowable, and to be okay with that, and to continue to exist even if you do not know what is coming. And this is a huge life lesson for you, is around surrendering control. So like, this to me is progress, right? That's how I always read things like this. It's like, wow, you're actually bringing forward like so much energy that needs to be dealt with and seen and heard and cleared. Okay, Gemini, let's do your focus card for December. Ooh, your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Yeah. Stay with yourself. Stay in relationship with yourself, that's saying to me. Don't give to others this month. Well, obviously give to others, but give mostly to yourself this month. Really make yourself your priority, and your independence a foundation for your strength and success. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Gemini, thank you for watching this video. I really hope that it did resonate with you at some level today, and yeah, thank you for supporting my channel in your own way. I am going to be doing 2020 forecasts in this kind of setting or in this kind of way, so stay tuned for them, and yeah, I'll see you real soon. Bye.